An eternal struggle. The idea that no matter how hard one tries, they will never be able to achieve the goal that they set in the first place. A while ago, I saw a YouTube channel that made a very motivational video with Minecraft gameplay in the background, and I really liked that idea. But instead of making motivational videos or talking about the good in the universe, I'm going to speak on something a little bit more interesting, and something that I personally like to think about myself. I know, not exactly motivational, but nihilism is something I have been interested in for an extremely long time now. And what better way to show interest in something than to talk about it? To be honest, nihilism is extremely deep, and on this channel, I more like to joke around and have fun for these videos, but I would like to be a little bit more serious because nihilism gets deep, especially today's topic, the eternal struggle. I want you to imagine a man who, despite trying everything in his power, he is unable to walk. What would you call that? What would he call that? He has lived his entire life unable to walk like the rest of his peers. The anger he must have, the torment he has experienced, the jealousy he's undergone, all of the emotion that this man has been through for something that I, or potentially even you watching this video, can do on a daily basis. And yet he struggles. He tries anyway. He doesn't give up. The eternal struggle. I think at its core, the eternal struggle is much more simple, however. I believe the word eternal is often mistaken and misleading. Of course, being synonymous with the word forever, people would commonly think that the word eternal means the same thing. However, I believe that there is a discrepancy between the two words. On popular dictionary website Merriam-Webster, the word forever, an adverb, means for all time, as in permanently. The word eternal, however, has a different meaning, having infinite duration or seemingly endless. Why do two words that seem so similar have such a small difference? Forever using the word permanently, and eternal using the words infinite or endless. I believe that is because eternal does not mean permanent. I believe it means infinite until finite, or endless until it ends, meaning that the eternal struggle is something that can be overcome but won't be overcome because it is eternal, seemingly endless. It is not something that has to be overcome. The man in the allegory I mentioned earlier is the perfect example of this phenomenon. He cannot walk not because he hasn't tried hard enough to walk, but because that is his original struggle. And he tries because if he doesn't, then his struggle will be eternal. The moment the man accepts the fact that he cannot walk, it becomes an eternal struggle. It was never an eternal struggle from the very beginning because the man never accepted it as eternal, just as a struggle. Nihilism lives in the mind. No matter how or what you describe nihilism as, it will only always live directly in the mind.
A nihilist is a man who judges of the world as it is that it ought not to be, and of the world as it ought to be that it does not exist.
German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche wrote this in his book, A Will to Power. And what I derived from the statement is that nihilism is directly correlated to perception. What humanity perceives the universe as is known and vast, but what the universe perceives the universe as is the universe. I don't think what I just said will make a lot of sense to most people, and I think a lot of people probably won't watch this video. However, I believe that speaking about nihilism is freeing, which is incredibly ironic. The eternal struggle.